All right, guys. This is DJ Wolf Live. I got to talk about this. Now, I was watching video footage of the one and only Ricky Smiley, who I actually met a few months ago when he was here in the DMV. The show was hysterically funny. Um, Now, I'm not going to front. I do have a soft spot for him. And when I mean soft spot, I'm talking about I have a heart for him because of understand by he lost his son. He had a very uh, uh, strong relationship uh, with his son. And he bonded with him very close. I know I have a son really around the same age as his, and unfortunately, his son died tragically about 2 years ago. That was about 2 years ago. But anyway, um, so I still hurt for him for that. I actually bought his book. So I'm a fan of Ricky Smiley, and he is himself like a Christian. I call myself a Christian in progress. I'm not perfect. I'll admit to that. But I have a few issues with Ricky Smiley that I have. I got some issues with him personally. Outside of that, I'll be honest, folks. One of the things that I have an issue with Ricky Smiley about is the fact that you say you're a Christian. Now, how you gonna be a Christian, all right, knowing that you have convictions that God got you covered, all right, and you were about Trump, knowing Trump's history. Now, Trump ran this country 4 years ago. You know, everybody knows that, right? He was the previous president. He was president before Biden, after. Okay, why are you worried about Trump versus a Kamala Harris who had no agenda, no policies, no substance about her agenda or policies? She had nothing for us except a few things, a few trinkets that she claimed she was going to do. And who knew for a fact she was going to do them? Think about it. In order for that to happen, she would have had to have a number of people in the House and Senate to be able to back her up on it. Which, if it didn't pan out, she wouldn't have got what she wanted for the people she claimed she was trying to fight for. That's another whole story. Kamala had no substance, man. Kamala is she just did not do it for me. No matter how many times she claimed she was trying to do something for people. And I still say, in that thing with Kamala and Biden, that was a setup. I still say that because I don't believe the last 2 years they never talked about any other candidate running on the Democratic side for president. They never talked about it. They kept saying Biden. Biden's 81 now. All right, and old folks are going to be concerned. Kamala came in. Now I will give her some credit. Yeah, it's kind of hard to be trying to run for office within 2 to 3 months of an election at the last minute. But that's because that was a setup. That was a setup anyway. Set up from the start. That. And I truly believe that's what it was. I'll get to that later. The thing of it is, Ricky Smiley, who I actually said I met at one of his shows out here in DMV a few months ago, uh, ain't the most friendliest of folks. I can understand, but I won't get into that either. Maybe I'll talk about another podcast. Maybe I won't talk about it all. I can understand. He's a celebrity. He's a big time celebrity. He's kind of guarded. I can dig it. It's weird, but I can dig it. Nevertheless, He recently posted a video from his YouTube page, and I'm kind of paraphrasing right now, but he was going off about what people were going to do in the Trump administration, wars and all that, and some black folks going to get hurt and all this stuff. I was like, why of all people, why are you saying that? You as a Christian sound more scared than the people who put it out there, or people who you think is going to do that. Now, I'm not saying that they don't have followers who ain't about that BS, because they have followers who are about that BS. Let's be real. You know, but as a Christian, you're supposed to have the armor of God on you. You know, I mean, you might have a little bit of concern, but you're not gonna have no fear. But he's putting what he's talking about is putting out fear. He's putting out fear to folks. Oh, y'all won't see all this happening, this, that. And he described it in detail what he thinks gonna happen. That's what I don't understand. You as Christians supposed to be preaching about the armor of God. I ain't gonna lie. I was a little concerned about Trump. The insurrection did bother me a little bit. It did bother me. I ain't gonna lie, it did. Because this is a man who had total power and could have shut down anything he wanted. You know, but they did nothing. They sit them, let those guys go up to the Capitol and do what they wanted to do, and did nothing about it. For 2 hours, they sit and let them do it. Oh well, we ain't got time to get the guard out on bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you why it's bullshit. We ain't got time to get the military out there. That was complete bullshit. And let me tell you why. I personally served in the military. 3 years, 6 months, 11 days in wake up, y'all. Trust me. If they wanted to go out there, or in the military out there, they could have got them out there within 30 minutes, at least. Because I know of a military, I pull like this. They could have got them out there within 30 minutes. I'll leave it at that. That I know for a fact, if not less. You know, to sit there and say, "Oh, well, we didn't have no time to get the military," that is the biggest bunch of cap. That's cap. They weren't going to do that. You know, but that's another whole story. But I know for a fact they could have got the military out there a lot sooner than within 2 hours. A lot less. Matter of fact, within an hour. Really. Come on. We're in the DMV, guys. Come on. I'm former. I'm prior military, so I know that what they were saying out there, we couldn't get them out. We could have got them out there in time within 2 hours. No, that's an absolute 100% bald face ass lie. Trust me when I say that. Complete lie. You know, the truth was they weren't trying to get him out there. Because first when we turned something really ugly. That's the real reason they didn't do it. Just let them. Just let the people out the asylum run the asylum. That's what they did. You know. Then they decided to gather around and get them out and arrest them folks. But you know they took the time doing it. Nevertheless, um, and this was after he got elected. I'm take that back. This was after Biden got elected, and this was after Trump got voted out. Right around the time frame. Mhm. So my thing is, that's some stuff in my mouth. My thing is, It's all cap. Ricky Smiley is fear mongering, folks. And I'm like, as a Christian, why would you do that? You know, you're supposed to tell people, hey, you're supposed to stand firm, stand behind your God. You know, I was very surprised he said what he said. Like you practically encouraging folks to do that. That's the one thing I don't think you should or will want to do anyway. But that's another whole story. They going right, left, or sideways. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see what all right, well, I'm gonna let him do his thing because I ain't trying to go around these big ass trucks. I'm gonna tell you the truth. But, you know, he was wrong for saying that, all that. That's my take on it. I mean, you're a man of God, but you're talking scared. Oh man, they gonna do this and they gonna do that. They gonna terrorize and all that else. You gonna go back? Me might be a slave. I said, I don't even know why would you even say that. I don't even know why you say that. You know, I ain't saying that. I don't fear Trump. I don't. I don't know why I just don't. I mean, the ones I fear was what we doing. He ain't trying to turn on. He ain't trying to jump the light. But I don't fear him. I don't fear him at all. The people I fear, the people like Biden and Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is scary. This is a woman who said, and this is when she was, I think she was still a prosecutor years ago, and she made stuff about, oh, with the strike of my pen, I can make a change. I say, I mean, it was just who talks greasy like that, but her. She's one of the greasiest talking female politicians I've ever heard, and therefore I have no respect for her ass. I have no respect for her. She talks very greasy for a female politician. She truly does. And I'm not talking out of turn about that. She does. She, she just. I just never. At first now I heard about her back in 2016, 2017, and I heard how she was talking. And at one point she was talking like somebody, hey, who can run for office? I said that back then. But then within about a year or two, I found how dirty she really is. I was like, the hell with all that, you know. And when she said on the Breakfast Club, I was done. I was done. I didn't trust her after that. I was in line at when they were voting in when Biden had first ran, right, for president, along with Kamala. Oh, and and the girls, it was me. I guess I was lying. There was two women and this guy, and I was lying right behind him. And the girl was talking smack. She was like, "Oh, Kamala, that's my girl. That's my girl, Kamala. Yeah, she be wearing them what they call them, skippers. What they call my no, I forgot. Uh sketches? I forgot what. Anyway, but she was so symbolized about Kamala being a woman of color, because she ain't black. That's another story. She was so symbolized by it, trauma. I'm trying to say like traumatized and symbol and full of symbolism about that thing with Kamala, that she was just gonna vote for it just because she was a woman, and we had conversation about it. But the one guy was like, "You won't vote for her because she's a woman? Really?" And I kind of tried calm it down a little bit, and I started talking to her and stuff. We was talking. I'm like, I thought you thought she was trying to hit on me or something. Hey, that's another story. She's there. Let's put it like that. But anyway, uh, I, I just thought it was weird. It was just weird. It was just a weird conversation I had with her because she wasn't thinking about policies or politics or agendas, and even then, well, only under Biden. Let's put it like that. That's another whole story. But the woman who I was talking to wasn't thinking about any of that stuff. Only thing she was thinking about, oh, we got a woman in office. Oh, we ain't got to worry about it. She gonna do something. Really? 4 years later, didn't do a damn thing for you. How'd that work out? You know? Now I ain't gonna lie. I didn't vote for Biden because shit. Vote for me. You ain't black. You don't vote for me. At the time, I voted for Biden and Kamala because I really couldn't stand Trump at the time. But Trump did have some good policies. He was anti-war. Let's be real. He was very much anti-war. He pulled troops out at the time of some of those countries. That's a known fact. He did do it because I remember that very well. But people didn't give credit for that, and they should have. You know, the COVID thing was another story. There's some weird stuff behind that. Encouraged them. Well, I heard Clorox will work. I said, I don't know why he would even joke like that. That's another whole story. I ain't like that at all. And the guy actually didn't kill himself as a result of Trump saying just because Trump said, it. Yeah, not a doctor at all. And Fauci's like, no. Mm-mm. But for some reason, they didn't like Fauci. That's another whole story. You know, what I don't understand is the fact that we need to be honest about the things we really need. Now, Trump was also tough on crime, and people were about their civil liberties. They took liberties of people by robbing and killing. You got guys out there do it every day. They don't care. They kill men, women, children, and babies. They're equal opportunity offenders. They don't care no more, man. When I hear stories about stuff like that, let alone adults, but children, no. There was a kid got killed in a crossfire about a year ago in PG. Man, broke my heart, man. Wasn't even my kid, but it broke my heart. Man, that baby didn't have that. The baby got killed in the middle of a crossfire, man. That's you gotta do something about that. You can't sit there and worry about some of these folks' liberties and all that. The hell with all that. The hell with all that. Matter of fact, fuck that. Excuse my French. This is ridiculous. It's time to do something about that. And one thing I'll give, I mean, and one of the few things that I'll give Trump credit for is that when it comes to that, he don't play. You need a president that's like tough acting to acting or something. You need president. You need people like that. Why you drive so damn close to me? These folks on the road. You need folks like that, man. Real talk. You don't need stupid people being stupid out here, especially when it comes to your money in your country, man. You know, and you do need to put some smart people around you, which is Trump, quote unquote, is trying to do. You know, but like I said, hey, I don't have problems saying I voted for Trump this time, and those people, oh, you vote for Trump, you vote for your own interest. What own interest? The own interests I had 4 years with Biden and Kamala never panned out, huh? If you're talking about own interest, they didn't care about my own interest. They care about their own interest, particularly Kamala. They didn't care about my interest, not at all. And like I told somebody, I said, really, to be honest with you, politicians, to me, at least for the last several years I've been voting, don't seem to care anyway. Not the Bushes, not the Obamas, not the Clintons, you know, not right no, for real. None of them had your real interest, even Trump. But there are some things that Trump had went gung ho about that, I support it. Anti-war, anti-crime, on next level. You know, few politicians I've ever seen that was serious about doing something about it. You know, among other things. You know, but to be scared, talk about, oh well, you're not helping it. You're not helping the situation Ricky, by doing it, bro. Really are not helping the situation. You know, and I was like, man, that's kind of wrong, bro. I'm not gonna say that. Well, we already know what to expect, no matter what. Biden, who I recently heard gave the authority to Ukraine to launch some missiles. Now, this has been all over the news. Our missiles that we actually sent to them. And Putin already said, if you do it, that's declaration of war. He already said that. He been said that. All right. But this is your boy Biden, absolute warmonger. And I know he did it on purpose. That's why he kept smiling and had a devilish smile on his face when you shaking hands with Trump that day. It's weird, man. Politics really are some strange bedfellow. And which is why I want no part of it. You know. I don't I don't deal with them. I don't fool with them. I don't want nothing to do with them. You know. But I will say, as African Americans, we should be more on top of what's going on with politics and anything else. We really should. There's no point you voting and paying taxes on stuff and not being on top of that. You know, ain't no excuse for it. It's really not. There's no excuse for it, folks. We should be on top of it. We should stay on top of it at all times. You know, it's funny. We know everything about sports, teams, and all of that. Politics, we don't know shit about. At least some of us don't. You ask some of our folks about that, they're like, oh no, I don't deal with politics. I ain't up on that, man. You know, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. Mom's like, and it's been like that for years. She's talking a good game about what they need to do. You know how these old folks do. You know, at least some of them anyway. You got some old folks that really are pretty sharp about politics. You got some that just be talking out the side of the neck. I'm gonna tell you the truth. No offense, and not because they're old, because they never been knowledgeable about politics. But yet they'll tell you to go vote Democrat, like my mother, who told me for years. You need to vote for Kamala. You're gonna vote. You're not gonna. Well, if you don't vote Kamala, you're a Trump lover. Okay, I'm not so much a Trump lover. I love the policies. Something that Kamala didn't even have policies. She had policies. She had no agenda. She had no substance. She had nothing. You know, and empty suit promises is all she had. I'm going to give everybody a $25,000 tax credit, or how? She don't even tell you how. You know, never explained it. Young man asked her about what you going to do about the migration situation. She never answered the question. They're going to show you that she's not the sharpest knife in the drawer. It's obvious. She's really not. And I just couldn't see myself voting for somebody who had absolutely zero experience. Like I said, this was deliberate anyway. Why you gonna wait? Why? How come there was nobody to run against Brad? Nobody. You just gonna point your vice president to run for president. They didn't want him to retire directly because I know this is orchestrated. It's obvious it was orchestrated because the way it would have been if y'all thought that Biden had those kind of problems, the correct way to have done it. I'm glad they didn't vote, but the correct way to have done it would have been uh, for him to retire, you know, and then she would have became president. They didn't want that. They made sure, no, we're going to have you run off against Trump. Trump was up on charges. Best way to get him off was to have him give him another shot at running for re-election. This was already in the plans. This was staged, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying it. I'm going out on a limb about it, but I'm very sure that this was staged. There's no, man, that's this YouTube. I tell you, the reproductive rights, y'all, was capped, complete cap. They already had reproductive rights. They had 7 states. There was already a voting allow you to vote for reproductive rights anyway. I'm totally against abortions anyway. I've been totally against abortion for a very long time. You know, because if you see, and then I think I heard one state allowed up to almost full term. I said that's insane. That's murder. You would just sit there and just kill a life. It's the like somebody said, just keep the ladies slow. You don't want to have no kids, keep the ladies slow. You know, take birth control pills. In that case, because I'm a doctor, of course. But it just I would rather you would do that than to just sit there and let life grow inside you and then kill it. That's crazy. I have no respect for any woman who does that. I don't give a damn if it's your body or not. I have no respect for any woman that does that. I don't. You got to think about what's in your body that matters. Okay, that's the whole point. Oh no, it's my body. I do what I want to do with it. It's my baby. I kill it if I want to. That's crazy. That's basically what you're saying. That's basically what you're saying. Or if I don't want baby, I kill it. I mean, that's I can't. I can't. I just can't. You know, my mom. Hey, I ain't gonna go into detail about that, but at least my mother thought enough about me to keep me. You know, thank God. That's why I couldn't. I can't sit there and co-sound that. I would never co-sound that. The killing of baby. Because once they become a fetus, that's the process of life. That's the process of life. That's why I can't. I can't. I just can't. I cannot go along with that, and I never will. I sit there. I had my granddaughter over about a week ago, a little over a week ago, and I'm looking at her and saying, "Man, I'm so glad that she's here. She makes my life just worth living even more. She really do. You know." And I sat there, saw her crying. She was sleepy and stuff. So I picked her up. She put her head on my shoulder and stuff. Laid her down, man. She looked so sweet and innocent, man. That's what I said. I don't believe in all that. I don't. I don't believe in that. If you do, you're not killing kids, man. Come on. You have to be completely heartless. You gotta be a heartless ass person. Even put that in your mind. And that's male or female. You're just heartless. Period. You're just a heartless ass person. Completely heartless. You have no heart. You have no soul. I can't ride with that, and I never will. But this is the kind of person that Ricky Smiley will ride with. You know, yeah. And guys that co-sign on that, bruh. You got grandkids. Why would you co-sign on that, bruh? You lost your son to a tragic occurrence, tragic event. Why would you co-sign on a woman who talk about reproductive rights, the right to kill your kids? You of all people, you know. That's what's shocking about, it, you know. So I don't know, folks. I got more to say about another podcast. But right now, I'm trying to recover from the bronchi that I got. I'll talk about that on another podcast. I'm out.